Welcome back to our continuing adventures on the Let's Defend platform. Today we are tackling underneath the Security Analyst Path, the medium difficulty event. SOC205 Malicious Macro has been executed. Event ID is 231, type is malware, and this occurred February 28th, 2024, 8:42 a.m. So it looks like on the system Jayne at 172.16.17.198, a edit1-invoice.docm. Let's defend downloads. We got a hash. Quick and easy is dump hash into VT. And it gives us 34 out of 66. Marks it as malicious. Let's see, code insights. This document, CLS, ink edit control, garbage, receive focus, executes a shell command, the command to be executed, text box, hidden window. Okay. Trojan Evader, downloader.login/powersh. So more PowerShell. By the looks of it. If we take this and dump it into any.run, there are a few different, or no, I think there was just a single report for this where we can see HTTP requests. I don't see anything here that really stands out as bad. No threats fired. Bunch of stuff for Office. Microsoft. Yeah, nothing that really seems to stand out. I'm looking for the same particular aspect. A lot of Microsoft, a lot of live.com. So nothing. But then we don't see anything either. But then again, if it's supposed to be a hidden window, of course, we're not going to. Running it through, we get several different items inside of hybrid analysis. I believe all of them do actually label it as malicious to various confidences. It's looking for, okay, grayhathacker.net/tools/messbox.exe, mess.exe. So what exactly is this? Does it even exist? You don't have X or... Okay, so it is legit. It's apparently not HTTPS. Why? Not encrypted. Okay, well, that's what it complains about. And then I don't see an actual tools. When was this? January 14th, 2019. So maybe something that's been up, but then just left alone. If we take the address in, ESET's the only thing that has a problem with that. And apparently that actually exists. So we can't look in the tools directory itself, but if we know where to sit there and look, we can pull that open. So it looks like it's supposed to be an exe, I thought. One moment, please. Hell, why not? Let's just open it up in another tab. Not found. Doesn't mean that at some particular portion that it was not available. Although when was all this dated? This is June 7th of this year, 2025. When was this run? This was June 14th, 2025. So maybe it was on there. Maybe they got popped or they were doing their own staging and somebody figured out where the stuff was and then they had to kind of refactor the website without making an announcement or something. I don't know. So if we take a look at Jayne, no info in processes, nothing in network action, nothing in terminal history, nothing in browser history. So we could assume that if typically there would be like sysmon or some other EDR agent reporting back into the central console, something's not quite right. Or maybe it's just Defender and that's it, with no logging enabled. It's possible. Okay, okay, so how did we get this docket? Yes, I did a little bit of pre-gaming on this one. There is an email, same day, February 28th, 2024, 8:12 a.m. that came in. Mind you, it's 8:42 a.m. that this actually kicks off, so give or take 30 minutes. From a jake.admin@cybercommunity.info to Jayne@letsdefend.io, subject February membership fee. And if we look down at the bottom, there is the edit1-invoice.docm.zip. Password protected, so to not go through and be readily accessible for detonation by email security gateway or any of the other various appliances. So this looks like fish in order to sit there and get you to run it. Because that's what the docm is actually for, right? Macros. So it is a macro enabled as opposed to the, I mean, yes, you can put macros in doc or docx, but that's specifically set up for that. Logs. They are not organized, but this is underneath the log management pro. Destination contains the IP address for Jayne. So 841, we get, okay, so sysmon is in there and it is reporting in. We just don't get it in endpoint security. We get a DNS query for greyhathacker.net from PowerShell. Oh wait, that's 842. My apologies. 841, we get the file create of the edit. So they downloaded 841, and it looks like they execute. And they download from greyhathacker.tools.messagebox.exe. Start process mess.exe. Process create. do we actually get to see the... That's okay, so they did run it. We did get the we did get them going through and reaching out to download the executable. Of course, since we don't have that, kind of just trying to figure this out. So we've done that. So let's do source address contains. Ooh, could we just do that? Type contains. Let's refresh. It should knock that out. Maybe. Okay. So we just leave it, or could we just do raw log? Or no, because that's going to be on the other spot. So can we just avoid doing a type? No, we can't. Okay. So how about source address? Okay. This is typically why I just do basic and just do a blind search for everything. Okay, so that was destination. So if we go source address, and we run that through, we get February 27th, we get February 29th, 28th. We want, technically, February 28th of 2024. Can we do... Yes, okay. Looks like it's all 28th. I thought there was something there 29. Okay, well, whatever. So we're reaching out over port 80, but this is 842. We're making the DNS query. We create the zip. We go through and download and execute the message box. We do get 404. So much like when we try now. So it tried to pull down. It's word executing the docm, and then the actual aspect of kicking this stuff off. So we've got 404 when trying to reach the gray, or what is it? grayhathacker.net, specifically the tools and then messagebox.exe. Yes. So it makes the request, and it was permitted, but we get 404 back. So we got nothing, so no second stage. At no point was anything kicked off short of the alert. So, with all that laid out, I would think that we're still going to consider the system compromised. They got a malicious file. They executed it. Sure, the second stage from Gray Hat Hacker did not come, or wasn't pulled down because we got a 404. It doesn't really change anything. You still ran stuff. We still don't see endpoint logs in the endpoint security portion, which denotes, for some reason, there's either a configuration problem or the typical security stack didn't get pushed. Sysmon might just be part of the standard build image, which, I mean, great for that. At least tells us a story as the stuff was reporting in, but so we're going to change containment, and we're going to contain the box because they were allowed to sit there and execute the docm. It was not stopped. The PowerShell was allowed to run, even though we got a 404. We'll see as to whether or not that comes back to bite us in the butt. We're going to remove the email in preparation for the next portion. So we'll take ownership. It kicks over. We're going to create a case. Start the playbook. Oh, no, that's fun. I mean, we would expect that the AV or EDR or something would be communicating back, and it looks like that's been disabled on the host. By the same token, the system is reaching out to that grayhathacker.net domain. And then there was the sheer aspect of the fact that they executed the docm that wasn't stopped and went through there. I'm going to go other just for the sheer fact of that it is the unexpected outbound communication. It is also the lack of logs. We'll see as to whether or not if that actually comes back. Was it quarantined? It was not. It's malicious. Now here's the fun thing. Like an hour or two ago, I recorded the last video in series that was popped through. And in that particular aspect, there was no additional outbound communication. It was just simply reaching out to the S3 bucket to pull down the malware, and that's what they called the C2. So it's not S3 this time, but it's trying to reach out. And given the fact that it is requested the C2, not necessarily that it was successful, I'm going to say accessed. We'll see as to whether or not if this flip-flops between, because at least on the last video, it actually was successful in downloading and extracting out from the zip file and executing the exe that was there. This, we just got stopped with a 404. We've already done containment, and now we have all this. So we are going to have email sender. We are going to have email domain. We are going to have a URL address. We're actually going to have two of them. We're going to have the MD5 of the docm. So we'll start with the email. So the sender is the jake.admin@cybercommunity.info. Sender domain the URL that was contained within. Oh, no, there's the fun part. That was 2 of them. So if you go back to emails, was it deleted is all the way down at the bottom, right? Yes. So we can bring that up. We can copy link. And so that is the doc.m. The other one that we get that was run through is inside of log, which is right here, http://grayhathacker.net/tools/messagebox.exe. We're just going to call that C2 download. And then the only thing that we could actually get our hands on, or that was recorded, is the MD5 for the doc.m. I think that's it. I mean, the other aspect might be yeah, destination IP address. Sure. Let's just add that in. Why not? grayhathacker.net. There. Got the IP address, just in case we need to sit there and look elsewhere for anybody else to sit there and have done anything. Okay, so what do we have? We have email to Jayne from with a password protected zip file attached. Edit 1-invoice.docm.zip. Jayne downloaded, unzipped, and opened the docm file, which fired a embedded macro to attempt to pull down a messbox.exe from grayhathacker.net/tools, which resulted in a 404. Host isolated. And email deleted from mailbox. Finish playbook. And we'll see as to what we get with this one. True positive will run with the same thing. Close alert. And we got confetti this time, so we might have got 100%. Mighta. Apparently we did. Oh, and this is going to take the PDF that's running through download.cyberlearn.academy, which I can never get anything to go. So I'm not even going to bother. So realistically, I mean, I guess good for us that the download from that Gray Hat Hacker website was 404'd. Otherwise, this might have been even worse, but still you have what looks to be a phishing email with a suspicious docm file, which was opened on the host, and then did PowerShell to reach out and try to download some other executable and try to run it. Never a good thing. Never a good thing. So there we go, for February 28th, 2024, 8:42 a.m. This has been SOC205. Malicious Macro has been executed. And how? EventID 231, type malware, difficulty medium. And with all that being said, I will see everybody in the next video.